You know, I'd be concerned if you didn't know what you were going to do with the stuffing at this hour of the morning.
Well, you know what? The tips that I have are good for anybody who's making it, even if they already have all their ingredients.
Right, okay.
But the big problem is stuffing is either too dry or too wet.
Right. Because when it gets that wet, because gravy,
like a sponge,
you can do the gravy on the dry stuff.
Right.
But when it gets that really kind of congealy, nasty,
All right, well, I've got a great tip, okay?
Right. Yes, please.
All right, so what we want to do is we want to make sure that it's moist enough that it forms a ball like that, but it doesn't look like a sponge.
Oh, okay.
So people always say, how much broth do I put in?
Right.
Okay, the other tip is you got to put in lots and lots of melted butter.
Ah.
Because butter makes everything taste better.
It does. There's no question about that. So you do use some stock, right?
You want to use some stock. You want to use sautéed onions. We've got some sautéed onions and celery in here, a little bit of chili. What?
No one's turned this on.
Oh well.
So
oh well. This
is appetizing. Let's say, let me get some of this going.
So you know what? Do as we say.
Right.
Don't do as we do. Right.
So we have the stock working over here.
We've got the stock, and then we've got these nice sautéed vegetables, and that's going to give it a really nice savory flavor.
That
and
works.
then my secret is to use some crumbled, already prepared herb seasoning.
That's not cheating.
No.
This is not cheating.
And I still add my own breadcrumbs.
Own bread that's been sitting out for days, getting all crusty.
But this is saturated with sage, and I love that sage. So that's really a great tip. The other thing is, I'm from the South. We don't call it stuffing.
Stop. Hang on a minute. You're from the South?
I know.
Are you
Newsflash,
really serious?
right? Yes.
No kidding. Okay, you call it dressing.
We call it dressing.
Of course.
And we fix it in a casserole dish on the side.
Yeah.
And that makes sure that it's crispy on the outside and nice and moist on the inside.
With the thing and the bird and the, forget it.
It also cuts down from, the bird will take an hour longer to cook.
You know, I am the actual champion mashed potato maker of the Western Hemisphere. I want to hear your tips.
Oh, well then I was going to say maybe you should teach me how to make them.
Okay, well no, let me see. I always use real whole milk.
Good, and you heat it up, right?
Stuns. I don't heat mine, but you know, that's probably not a bad idea. You don't want to scald it though. And massive amounts of butter.
Right.
And the other thing is, in a real masher, not a mixer, you don't want to go too long.
Exactly.
Because if you do, it breaks up the starch and it makes it really sticky.
Exactly. You just took all my talking points away.
Yeah, well, you know, that's what
You know
we
what?
do.
Think about it this. Mashed potatoes means mashing by hand.
Right, yes.
Not mixing, mashing.
No. And you do that thing, you're going to wreck it. It's going to be sticky. Oh, it's
gummy.
Just, Can you imagine there's somebody out there today with bad mashed potatoes?
Oh,
but
not
not
anymore.
if you watch this segment.